What's up? What's up? Today, I wanted to go over a couple of things with you, and this is about what I believe is the best asset to invest your money in for 2025 or the rest of your life, really. Because when I think about investments, I don't think 1 year, I think 10 years. 2025 means 2035 to me, and it should be that with you. The reason why you won't think like that, though, is because you're confused about investing money. We're not talking about making money. You earn money, you save money, and you multiply money. Now, I'm talking to the people who have a good business. Maybe you have a high revenue in your company, or you're a high income earner, whatever that is for you, right? Maybe you're a doctor, maybe you're an electrician, you're a plumber, whatever. But the big picture here is that you're going to take your money and you're going to invest your money, right? So I want to share with you guys what I believe to be the best asset to be able to invest your money in, right? And we all know mine naturally is real estate. Why I think real estate is the best asset, period. Best asset class, best place to put your money, best place to go. But I want to share some of the other options with you and why I think real estate matches up. Now, all real estate's not created equal. I get that. I'm not talking about single family houses. I'm not talking about office or retail or industrial or raw land or farmland. I'm not talking about all the different strategies. I'm talking about taking your money, your hard earned income that you have sitting in the bank or retirement account, 401ks, and investing it in multifamily, commercial grade, institutional quality, cash flowing real estate. That's the game I'm talking about. All right. So, anyways, let's go through this because I get excited and I want you to stick with me. Number one, and we'll use this because these are places, cash. A lot of people think having a bunch of cash is a great investment. It is not. Why? Because if you are liquid, you are a target. The banks can seize your accounts. I've had it happen to me. I had a bunch of money sitting in a bank a long time ago. I had a problem in my business and the bank froze my account, my money. I got a call and I was like, what the hell is going on? So when I go down to the bank, I figure all that stuff out and they undid everything. The problem got resolved, but it showed me, dude, don't keep a bunch of money sitting in the bank, right? You are a target for liabilities. You're a target for business problems. You're a target for lawsuits. You're a target for everything. Just take a look at what's going on. Usually, people sitting on a bunch of cash, you're a target. So I don't believe as just being cash heavy is a good thing. I will take all of our cash and move it over to real estate. That's the game, right? So if you're thinking as an investment opportunity, as an asset class, cash, paper, fiat, trash is not. It's really not. Next, stocks. The reason why I don't like stocks as an investment vehicle, like people buy stocks, it goes up and down. Like yesterday, Nvidia, and what was the other one? Nvidia was took a big rock. Tesla, big rock. But what happened was the stock market went up and down. The Nasdaq went down. The S&P 500 went down. A bunch of things happened in the stock market. Dude, you can't control that. You have no control. I want to have some control over my assets. You know what didn't go down yesterday? These big multifamily real estate deals. I went to go take a look at a 320 unit deal, A class property, A location, beautiful asset. You know what was not affected by the stock market yesterday? That property, 100%. There's control in real estate. You don't get the same way that you have in Wall Street, the stock market. Wall Street was not created for the everyday investor. It was created for institutions, banks, and life insurance companies to push that money into, right? That is very different. So that's why I believe real estate is a better investment as it relates to asset classes is concerned. Next, gold. I'll just write silver too. A lot of people are like, dude, I'm moving. People assume gold. Look, this isn't the 1800s, man. People aren't buying gold. Gold isn't the dollar isn't even back. The dollar isn't even backed up by gold anymore. All that stuff went away. So a lot of people moved. Yeah, they move. Gold's up. Yeah, a lot of people are afraid that take their money out of cash or out of the market and move their money to gold and hold it there. When's the last time you ever bought anything with gold? Even to cash gold in, you got to go back, take it. It's got to be verified, but it's on the numbers and all the other stuff. It's just a hassle. Same thing with silver. So, as it relates to being in comparison to real estate, it doesn't do what it does. The worst part about gold is it doesn't cash flow. Even if you buy gold and you're holding it in some type of firm or fund or somebody's investing in it for you and they go, yeah, we can trade it in and out. That's not an investment. But that's why I think real estate's still a better investment than gold and silver. Now, right now, this one right here has been on the mend. Bitcoin. A lot of people running to Bitcoin. I don't even know what Bitcoin is today. Let me look. I know Bitcoin the other day, Bitcoin was like 106 and the whole world was going crazy. And then all of a sudden you look back at it, I think it's down. Let me see, what's Bitcoin today? Uh Bitcoin is um Bitcoin. Hold on with me, man. Hold on with me. Bitcoin today, where is it? It's down. It's 93. Can you guys see that? What is that? Bitcoin is that it? Yeah, that's it. 90, whatever. Bitcoin's down. It's at 93 today. Look, it was 106. 106 down 93. Here's the thing about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is probably a great investment long term. Again, just like real estate, it's probably the other greatest thing. It's better than gold for sure, right? Because everybody's doing this is good because right now regulations made this good. People were kind of like, matter of fact, if you were like, I'm in Bitcoin, you were kind of like the crazy person at the beach park standing and like the flood's coming. You guys get away. Like you didn't know who was who in that. But if you went all in on Bitcoin, great. Here's the thing about that. I didn't. And the problem with that is that you probably aren't going to take a big enough position in Bitcoin to really make it like your world. Right? I bought some Bitcoin too, and I hate it because I look at it every day and I shouldn't. Because I'm not good at this stuff. Like I don't want to do that. I don't want the ups and downs. Like I said, for stock, no control. I don't want Wall Street up and down when I'm thinking about an investment opportunity. And the same way with Bitcoin. One, you ain't going to take a big enough position in it, too late. Or if you're going to do it, you're going to have to do it with a bunch of other people. You're going to have to throw down the whole time. And it's going to have the volatility. You don't know what it's going to do. Now, of all of these, aside from real estate, Bitcoin probably the number one player. Next, IRAs, 401k. Now, if you stick your money in an IRA 401k, let's say you're 40 years old, you won't be able to access, you can, you're going to take your penalties, but play around with your money in an IRA 401k in hopes that it does what it needs to do until I think you got to, they're like 65 or 70. And now it's like you got to take a certain amount of money out at like 70 something years old. 4% a year is like a required withdrawal amount. All right. So, but if you just leave your money in here, most IRAs and 401ks are still here. The Wall Street, your 401k and IRAs or IRAs and 401ks were actually a product of Wall Street. Financial people, financial companies, things like that created this product associated with the IRS as well as Wall Street. You'll say, hey, look, we'll let them put their money in. We'll leave their money in there. We will continue to invest their money in mutual funds and money market accounts and a bunch of other stuff that you don't even know what it's in. And later, we won't tax them or we will tax them, pre-tax or after-tax dollars. And then later when they pull it out, we'll tax them again. That's going to work against you. And if you remember in 2008, 2009, most people's IRAs, 401ks got wiped out, right? So if you think about that, just that alone, if you can control your IRA, your future for your retirement later down the line, and it's not tied to some mutual fund or some stock or something, you don't even know what it's in. If it's not a part of the Mag 7 right now, and the Mag 7, a few of the Mag 7's not doing that great, you don't know where your money is. Of all these things, you don't know where your money is, right? This can go down, inflation, right? You got inflation. You got inflation with this one, killing our dollar right now. You got stocks. There's the ups and downs right here. Boom, you got ups, you got downs, you got downs. You don't know what you're doing. Gold, kind of a non-issue. Like even if you moved your money there, just because it's a real thing, doesn't mean you're going to be able to use it. This thing up and down, this thing up and down. Like there's a lot of ups and downs in this list, right? So the next one, this is probably the other one. Your own business. This is your own business, right? So this one's close. You can take your money and you can be like, hey, look, I'm going to reinvest in my business. We all do it. You invest in marketing, you invest in sales, you invest in operations, you invest in employees, you invest in training, you invest in education for yourself as an entrepreneur. Like that's the only thing that I would say on this list would be a good investment for your money. Here's the problem with that. There's a lot of drama in growing a business, right? Like I said, what's the biggest problem in most businesses? It's not money, it's people. How many people you have, employees that you have, taxes, right? Depending on the state that you're in, that you're going to have to pay for. So now you have to train your employees. You have to hire people, fire people. You got to continue to scale. You got to buy products. You got to deal with all these other things. You don't need two businesses. Two businesses. So if you had money going into it, why would you create another business? Right? Or you could invest in your own business. Let's say you invested 100K in your business and you're hoping to get 2x return on that money. So your 100K turns into 200K, right? You're going to lose 40% of that to taxes, right? You might net 30% of it total. So you're really not doing that. So yeah, you may make some money, but why? Why have two businesses with all the drama of people, growth, and all the other stuff? But that's the only one that I can say, look, at least you have some control over the drama, myself included. I'm like, dude, why am I doing this? This is hard. That's a lot of work. But what's not a lot of work? The real estate stuff. If you're acquiring real estate or you're investing your money in real estate, which is what we're talking about as an asset class, there is not a lot of drama to that. You invest money, you get a check back, right? If you buy something big enough, you're dealing with professional management companies, professional people on the team. The property has a track record, meaning like it's constantly making money. Like that's the difference. Did you know that and this is a business stat because we're still talking about business, only 9% of businesses in America make over $1 million of revenue. Only 9%. That means the other, what is that? 91% of businesses make less than $1 million a year in revenue. That's crazy. Now, for example, some of the properties that we look at, my phone is so dug down, but I'll see if I can pull one up. Boom, boom, boom. For example, this property. Wait, let me find this one. For example, this property we took a look at. That's 234 units, and I'm just going to share this with you. This is a gross number. Hold with me on that. This is a gross number. So the rent's 35 times 235 times 12 months. This property alone makes almost $10 million a year. That one property, 235 units, makes, it was like, what did I say it was? $9.8 million a year. That's gross. I get it. That's not net. And the net income is probably about half of that. So let's just say worst case scenario, 4.5 million was the NOI. That's what that property makes before debt, all the other stuff. I get it. But does your business do that? If 9% of businesses in the USA make less than $1 million worth of revenue, but we can buy one deal and that deal makes $10 million a year in gross revenue, isn't this a better investment than investing in your business or starting a new one? Why bother? This is what I'm trying to say. So if you're thinking about investing money in a deal as an investment vehicle, as an asset class, you're better off doing this. From that deal I showed you, beautiful, brand new, it's 10 years old, great location, sick location, never be destroyed, never be touched, any of that stuff. But this is why I get so excited and I share with you guys, look, as it relates to my opinions about what's a better investment, why real estate, multifamily real estate is a better investment than all these other things. It's better than stocks, it's better than cash, better than your own business, gold, silver, it's better than Bitcoin, all that stuff to me. And I'm trying to convince you guys of that, because if you take a look at your money that you have and you're thinking, hey, I want to multiply money, how do I do that? The easiest way to multiply money is put it in something that continues to multiply money. Historically, multifamily real estate has doubled every 10 years. The value of those properties have doubled every 10 years. Why? Because rents in this country continue to double and triple every 10 years. As a matter of fact, from the time that I was born, and this is why I say that is because the value of multifamily real estate, like the one that I just showed you in the picture, like this property, the rents are what dictate the value of the property. And since 1973, for 50 years, because I was born in 73, since 1973, rents in this country, the average rent was $108. I looked that up. The average rent in 2025 right now across the United States is $1,800, $1,800 a month. This is what it was 50 years ago. 50 years, right? That's like 11 times, 10 or 11 times what it was 50 years ago. So what do you think rents are going to be 50 years from now? Right? We might not even be around anymore, but I promise you, fine. If it isn't 11 times, it will still be more than it is today. Guaranteed. The rents at that property I just showed you that are like $3,000, that range between 3,000 because there's different models of units. That property, I would say probably in 10 years, I would guess that that property's rents will easily be $4,000 or might even be 5,000, might even be 6,000. There's properties around that that are renting for $6,000 or $7,000 a month. I know that because we did the research on that property. We walked that property. It was a deal we made an offer on. But I said that to say all of that to prove my point. Why real estate, I think, is a better investment than all of these other ones as an asset class, right? Why? You get cash flow, capital preservation, future appreciation long term, and you get the tax benefits of these things. All of these things don't do that. They don't do that. And that's what I'm looking for in a deal. Now, I'll go over why, what I look for in a deal. This is a long video, right? Good. But this is important stuff. Like, this is why. When I think through an investment, which is why I think real estate's the better in these other ones, because these other ones don't all provide this. I'm looking for something that has all of this. For when we're thinking about investing money. We're thinking about investing money, our investors' money. You need to be thinking through this too. Number one, does it give us, number one thing we're looking for is capital preservation. Preservation. Capital preservation. That's what that's supposed to be. Preservation. Good. We're looking to preserve capital. Warren Buffett, we all know this. I say it all the time. You've heard it all the time. Steve Schwarzman from Blackstone. They all have this one rule about investing money. Number one rule of investment: don't lose money. You must preserve capital. Real estate does that. Cash doesn't preserve capital because we got inflation. Stock doesn't preserve capital because you're just trading paper for paper. Wall Street goes up and down. It doesn't preserve your capital. Gold, you can always trade gold in and kind of preserve your capital, but gold goes up and down based on what people want in the market. Bitcoin does not preserve capital. IRAs does not preserve capital. Real estate does. Your own business doesn't even preserve capital, right? Next, cash flow. Real estate provides cash flow, or should. And if it doesn't, don't do it. Don't buy a single family house and move in it. That's not cash flow. That's making money. You're hoping appreciation or equity goes up. Your neighbor sells for more money or they sell for less and it goes down. But you need cash flow, right? We all do. All businesses, cash flow is really the holy grail of all investments, finance, investments, business, all of it, right? Next, I'm looking for appreciation. Long term, long term, long term appreciation. Now, I don't care if it happens tomorrow, but I do care that it happens. I want my money to appreciate over time without me pushing on it, right? Next, I want tax benefits. My pen's going. Tax bennies. Or we can say write-offs. Real estate has more write-offs. Commercial real estate, multifamily real estate, the ones that we're talking about, has more write-offs than any other investment class on the planet. The best ones. So right away, when I'm thinking through an investment, I'm always thinking through that, right? Next, number 5, indestructible. It's indestructible. Indestructible, or it's hard to disrupt. You can't just go destroy a 400 unit or a 300 unit or a 100 unit apartment building. You have to pull permits. You gotta, you can't just destroy it. Matter of fact, unfortunately, today in California, there's a lot of real estate being destroyed, right? And there's insurance. You can't just remove it off the planet like you can with the stock. Today, your stock's gone, bang, a button, you wake up, you got some bad pressure in the media, it's gone. Real estate, a lot harder to do that. It will take an act of God, which is on your insurance, earthquakes, landslides, fire, flood, acts of God to destroy real estate, big commercial real estate in the right location. And all these, there's ways to solve that. But when I'm thinking through an investment, these are the things I'm thinking about. It's hard to disrupt. And when I think indestructible and hard to disrupt, I'm thinking housing. I'm not thinking real estate. No one's going to disrupt housing. There's no place on the planet that go, nope, you know what? We don't need housing anymore. We all live inside of our Apple, we press a button and I disappear, go inside my phone and come out. AI can't destroy housing. It's hard to disrupt, hard to destroy. All right, next. For real estate is concerned, as it relates to my investments are concerned, it's an inflation hedge. It's an inflation hedge, right? The reason why it's an inflation hedge is because the value of real estate, the ones that we're looking at, is controlled by rents. And rents in this country have went up anywhere from 8 to 9% since 1945. That's a 1-9. So that rents have went up in this country in the United States since 1945, since after World War II, when everybody came back and they're like, the banks were like, created this mortgage product with like, hey, you should get a mortgage, you should get a home. And that's the American dream. They started selling that, but during that time, there's some people who couldn't afford it. So rents continued to go up. People started renting. Like I said, 1973, the year I was born, rents were only $108. And what are they now? 1,800. In California, they're 3,500, 3,700. In New York, they're $5,000. In Silicon Valley, they're $9,000 for a 1960s apartment. So in rents in multifamily, in our investments, when we look at a deal, they're hedged from inflation, right? Inflation on the average is about 3% a year, anywhere from somewhere around 3%. Rents are going up 8 to 9%, but let's say on the average 5. That's what I'm looking for when I'm looking at investment. It hedges us from inflation. My dollar, or what my dollar is able to purchase, gets out, like my investments outpace the loss of power from my dollar. All right. Next, it provides scale. I can buy one house, or I can buy one building, one commercial, like a community that has 100 units in it. What would I rather buy? As it relates to scale is concerned. Look, I'm trying to be the big guys. I'm trying to be a Blackstone. I'm trying to be BlackRock, Goldman Sachs, New York Life, Prudential. They don't buy one single family house. If they buy one single family house, they'll buy a build to rent community that has 500 single family houses in it for rentals. Or they don't even buy 100 units. They'll buy 1,000 units at a time. As a matter of fact, I think they'll buy 10,000 units at a time. Blackstone just did it. EQR did it. I think they ended up buying a big portfolio. But my investments need to provide scale. This works. You need to scale. Why? Because this is what stock guys call diversification. Like, you don't need to diversify. I don't diversify my investments, like I said earlier. Like, big players don't diversify their investments, but what they do have in their investments is the ability to scale. So the one thing with the ability to scale that out. And number 8, this one's huge. It's proven. The reason why Bitcoin is doing so great right now is because prior to that, it was a proven model, but the regulations kept it from being what it could have been. Real estate, multifamily real estate, commercial level real estate, it's already a proven asset class. Everyone already wants it. We already know it works. As a matter of fact, every war you see, the Bible was written about it, the Quran was written about it, the Bhagavad Gita, all of these different books that you ever read that are written like 4,000, 5,000 AD, BC, all that stuff had something to do with real estate. All that land back there. So real estate itself is a proven asset class. Everyone wants it, ain't going away, ain't going nowhere. Last but not least, which is moving back with it being proven that it's globally accepted. Can you read that? Yeah, good. Boom. It's globally accepted. I can go anywhere on the planet and go, look, we have a portfolio of 4,000 apartment units in the United States, and we're looking to raise capital. Some sheik, some prince, somebody important from someplace else, some sovereign fund or some pension fund or state, whatever, institution, life insurance company, they will be like, dude, let's do it. How much? Like here's $50 million. Here's $1 billion. Like, it's a globally accepted investment vehicle. Multifamily real estate is real estate itself. Everyone wants it, right? So this alone, I mean, is stocks globally accepted? Yeah, it is, but not everybody has it. Is it proven? Not every stock is. There's a lot of zombie companies out there. Cash proven? It's kind of going away. People are losing confidence in the dollar. Is it globally accepted? People are losing confidence in the dollar if you just have cash. What about a house? Is it globally accepted? Some people can live in a tent. Some people don't have to do that as an investment. I don't need to buy a house. I can rent a house. This 10,000 units of scale, yeah. People like, yeah, I'm interested. This is the difference when you think through your investments, guys. Your investments have to make sense. Like I'm a very simple guy. I think through this. There's 100 units, there's 200 units, there's 400 units, there's 50 units, there's 40 units. People live there, they pay their rent every month, and if not, they get kicked out. We put somebody else in there, or my property management company does, right? Like from there. As an investment, you put your money there, you know your money's there, out of the bank. You don't know where your money is sitting in the bank. They take it and lend it out 9 times, 10 times in a retirement account. It's in a mutual fund. It's funding some war or some chemical or some medicine you don't believe in that's polluting kids and it's polluting the world, whatever. But if you take that money out and you invest it in a multifamily property, like the one that I showed you, that money is there. That money is sitting there. And that property is producing income and revenue every month like clockwork because people need a place to live. They always will. All right. So when you think through your investments, this is why I said these are the best investments. If you're looking to multiply money, invest money, and you're thinking through, hey, what are the other choices I got as it relates to assets are concerned? This is them. Why I think real estate is better than all of them, I just explained it to you in a very long fashion. Go back and watch this again. If you have questions, let me know. If you disagree, put it in comments, man. I love to have these. I don't want to argue. I don't like to debate. This is just what I believe. You got to choose what's best for you. So I wanted to share with you, like I said in the beginning of this, you need to be 100% convinced of where you're going. Once you do that, you're no longer confused. You aren't looking all over the place. You can make the best decision for you and your family about where you want your money to be and where you want to invest your money. So where it gives you a return and takes care of you guys in the future, right? That's why we do what we do. So that's why I created Bell Capital. My goal is to create one of the largest apartment building portfolios in the United States with you guys, everyday regular people, retail investors. So you could be limited partners, passive investors in our deals with us. We can go to work for you. And then later we take all that up and we give it to Wall Street and we let them deal with it, right? And we all get super rich. That's really what I want for you, for your family, for me, for my family long term. I'm building something and I want to do it. I feel like it's a problem. We don't get great opportunities. We don't get great deals. They don't. The big institutions and banks and life insurance companies, they all own these properties. They don't bring them to the little guy. They don't bring them to my mom, you, Sharon, my kids. They aren't calling the Toms and the Kims and the Johns and the Kevins of the world. They don't do that, right? I want to do that. I was like, hey, I can't complain about it. I'm just going to fix it, right? That's why I did what I did. So anyways, like this video, share the video, comment on the video, man. I know I went over a lot of data. Look, just pick one thing you like. One thing you like, stick with that. One thing you don't like, you're like, hey, man, look, I don't believe any of the crap this guy said. I got it. I got it. You don't have to listen to me. But I want to share with you why I think real estate's the best asset class for you to invest your money in. That's why I'm going to put my money. I'm building my company around that. I want to help more people like you get invested in real estate. I want to disrupt the way investing in real estate in the past is done, right? Eventually, I want to become a bank where you can just say, hey, I invested in my money here. My money is backed by real estate. We get monthly cash flow every month. That's what I want for every one of my investors, and I want you to be one of us too. Go to belldeskcapital.com. You can register there, or you can schedule a call. Talk to somebody on my team about investments. If you got a personal situation, love to talk to you about that, and help get you started with your investments, or at least answer your questions. I would love to talk to you guys, right? Myself or somebody on the team. Or comment on the video. Leave me a comment. I love comments. Give me a thumbs up or give me a thumbs down. Don't matter to me. Don't be a hater and a hider at the same time, but I'm here for you. I make these videos because I want to help. I wish I had somebody talk to me and share with me why they were making the investment decisions they were making. And let's be honest, man, Barry Sternlicht, those guys are not popping on a video on what's the day? On a Wednesday and making a video going over why they make the investment opportunities or why they make the investment decisions that they do. And when they do, it's too late. And they ain't calling you guys. They're going to their rich buddies and wealthy families and institutions and all that other stuff. Nothing wrong with that. But I want to do it. So for now, I appreciate you guys. Hit me up if you need anything. Like this video, share the video, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to build this out bigger. I want you to be a part of my network. And I'm going to keep doing this stuff because I care about it. And I appreciate you guys. Let's go. Are you an accredited investor with $300,000 or more liquid in the bank? I want you to come and partner with me. Look, if you love real estate, passive income, and positive cash flow, appreciation over long periods of time, and you're willing to be patient, come invest with me. Go to bell-capital.com. This is for accredited investors with $300,000 or more in the bank, ready to go. Come invest with me. Go to bell-capital.com.